Nicole, where culture meets context. The real is long, judged by the shadow of gold, where culture meets context. The real is long, judged by the shadow of gold, where culture meets.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Realist Lounge where culture meets context. I am your host, Shannon Nicole. We got, of course, my amazing brother and co-host, Fu, and we do have some amazing guests on the way. Unapologetically, G is running slightly behind, but she will be here to join us. I'm going to bring in our first guest panelist, one of my dear, great digital friends, Chatty Annie. Introduce yourself to the people, Chatty.
What's up, y'all? My name is Annie. I'm 35. I live right outside of Philly. Shannon is one of my great people that I have come to call family, and I'm just here for some great conversation.
All right. All right. Who anything you want to say to the people? How you been feeling? I know you've been seeing some crazy shit online because I have. You muted, bro.
I'm just ready to get the show started. I just got in, obviously, about 30 minutes ago from playing golf. That's why I got my golf shirt on. And I'm ready to kick it off because I'm pissed. I'm pissed. The shit that they doing, I'm ready for tonight.
Oh man, I feel you. I'm pissed too. I was up to about 3 a.m. the other day, 4 a.m. the other day, just looking up information so I could be better prepared for the conversation. And I've never seen so many people who have the platform as large as I'm trying to be, sitting there really spending their time demonizing somebody because of their personal choices and who they support, who they spend their money with, and who they decided to vote for. I just don't know. Like, so it's a little weird. I know it's going to hit some nerves, raise some questions, and probably divide the room a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. That is okay. Tonight's topic is we're talking about Chilli. We're going to talk about Jaden Ivey, Big Boy, as well as the Nike controversy, which a lot of people probably are not aware of, that horrible ad where Nike took it upon themselves to brand their sign on the back of a black man's back. Yeah, it's a little weird, but maybe that will probably fall into the conversation of why Kanye said that slavery is a choice, because most of you Negroes love to wait outside for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours for some Jordans. So it's really not that far-fetched. However, it was definitely distasteful. So we're going to get into that. I don't know where food went, but we just want to know, like, why does it seem like black public figures and even black folks get demonized so quickly when it comes to their personal political choices? Why is it that we're the ones that seem to always get pandered to? We're the ones that our people got to look at as being coons, sellouts, just because of who we voted for. So I'm going to start with Fu on this one. First of all, were you always a Republican? If not, why did you switch? I don't think you were. I think you're independent. Always been.
I've been an independent probably since the first. I've been an independent since 2016. So for me, like 2016 to 2020, I actually wrote in Bernie Sanders. And then in this past election was the first time I have ever in my life voted Republican.
What about you, Annie?
So I started off as a Democrat. My first presidential vote was for Obama, but he didn't get my vote again. And I think I was just uneducated and ignorant. But as far as like the black community goes, it's so interesting. And I really thought that I was hated on until I met black conservatives. And I see it it's just so rampant. Like, for example, I was in a debate last night and Hood Price was there. And the dude that we were debating had an issue with him simply for the fact that he was black and MAGA. And he said that he, was betraying civil rights leaders. And that was so amazing to me to hear, because I'm like, where did y'all learn this from? And then my question to build onto that was this something that was indoctrinated into you early, like by family or education, or was this something that the media pushed later in life? Like, I'm trying to understand the psychology of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fool, I mean, I see you was I heard you was talking. I apologize for talking over you. You could finish what you were saying. Like, how does that play into what you were taught coming up when it comes to politics? And then I'm gonna give my thoughts on that.
Politics was not talked about in my
I
household.
can't hear him.
Oh, I was not privy and into politics until Bush's first baby Bush or young Bush, his election, due to a class I was taking, a particular college class I was taking. I don't know if y'all, but I hear echo all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's for Annie. I just muted her.
So basically, when that happened, I started getting into politics, and a little bit before that, I was actually watching Real Time with Bill Maher. That's why I've always known who Bernie Sanders was. I've always known who Joe Biden was from seeing him back then. But I didn't start to really see the change and the shift and what was going on, and the blind ignorance on both sides, depending on because there's extremes on both sides.
Yeah.
And for me, especially I'm living in Newark, New Jersey, everything was Democratic as far as local. Everything. There's no Republican representatives locally in Newark, New Jersey, like zero. But I wasn't looking at that because I would kind of know some of these people or know who they were because we lived there. That's what it was. But when you start talking about what we're seeing now with, once again, I firmly believe 8 out of 10 people throughout the entire country is politically ignorant. Period. That's just, I'm not saying it's not anything bad, but politically ignorant, yes.
Most people don't even know the branches of government.
Yes. And so when I make that statement, I say that to say this. You should not be voting if you're politically ignorant and you're only voting based on your feelings.
Yeah.
No, it has to be policy involved. If policy is not involved, you're wasting your fucking vote because you're voting for somebody just because you like them. You don't know them. If you don't know their policy, why are you voting for them? That's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was one of them people who I could honestly say that I was politically ignorant. I voted based on race when it came to Obama.
I did
that
too.
was the only thing. Like, whoa, we about to have our first black president. Hey, raise the roof. You know what I mean? And he was so well spoken. He was smooth. He had the charisma. It was definitely a break from all the unattractive politicians. He was definitely easy on the eyes. We loved the fact that he had a black wife. We love that. We love the black family and all of the things. But then I started noticing, like, wait a minute. I live in one of the blackest cities in the country. This is when I was living in Georgia. I cried and everything when Obama got elected. I was living in one of the blackest communities in the country, and black folks is hurting out here. Like it was so bad when I was living in Georgia, the amount of prostitution that was taking place on Old National Highway of young black girls and seeing all the drug usage. And even when it comes to the job market was ass under Obama. Like, y'all don't want to admit that it was, but I even remember seeing a video of people from his side upset with Obama because he was not doing enough for the black community. People were losing their jobs around that time. Now, granted, he was handed a shitty economy because of what Bush did, but he had 2 terms.
And he had the supermajority his first 2 years.
And that's one thing that I know, that's how I know people are politically ignorant, because I do not think that people understand that the Democrats had the House and the Senate the entire time.
No. First 2 years. His first 2 years, he had a supermajority.
Hold on. because I saw different.
No, he didn't have a supermajority. Because you have to remember, after his first 2 years, that's when the Tea Party was created. That's when the opposition came, after his first 2 years.
So after his first 2 years?
Yes, his first 2 years.
Okay.
His first 2 years, if he would have came in buck wild, if the Democratic Party would have supported it, some shit could have got done for the community. But remember, he started by saying he wasn't going to do nothing for black people specifically. He said this. He said this in the beginning. So it is what it is, but we still fell for it.
What's up, unapologetically, G? Go ahead.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
I just want to say, remember that he did use that super majority to go ahead and bail the banks out, and he bailed out every damn body else, the automotive industry, but didn't bail out one person with a mortgage or one person with a car note, but he made sure he bailed out big business.
And you factor in, and this is something that gets kind of glossed over. I don't want to go too far into this, because I don't want to go off the subject of what the title of the show is. But remember this: right now, you have the Democrats always saying that the Republicans are leaving all these people without health care. The Republicans never voted for the ACA ever. They never did. So if they never did, you can't blame them for what they're doing now. This is a fact. If you go back and look at the votes, they got it because they had a Democratic super majority. So every guideline that's put out there as far as the ACA, the Democrats chose it. Those what do they call them? Not mandates. What they call that shit again? What they get? They say the subsidies. The subsidies were never permanent. They were what's the name? They were temporary, set by the Democratic Party. You can't put none of this on the Republican Party. Zero. This is their doing. So be mad at them. Don't put shit on the Republicans. Like I said, if a person say I don't fuck with it, how you gonna blame them for it being fucked up? That's impossible. They never did anything with it.
What you gotta say, Annie?
I agree. I agree with him, and don't feel bad, y'all. I voted for Obama because he was black too, honestly.
Everybody did.
Everybody
did.
Yeah.
He
and
just
cried when he won.
He just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, it was just kind of like, I was like, who is this guy? I think wasn't he like Senate up there in Illinois?
He was a one-term senator
for a couple years only.
Kamala Harris. Same shit.
And remember, remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, G.
I just remember the person that ushered him in, the devil herself, Oprah. Remember, Oprah put him on mainstream television. We didn't know anything about him until he came on Oprah, and she backed him like her life depended on it.
Facts. And I also like aside from being black, he was young. And I know that we're all tired of these old white men.
Yeah.
The thing about Obama, and this is something that like people tend to gloss over, but it's actually true. Clinton might have did what he did, but Clinton was a great speaker. He knew how to convey his message. Then you went to Bush, who was stupid. Then you usher in Obama, who was black, but he was eloquent with the way that he spoke. He was like another notch above Clinton because Clinton had that Southern twang. Obama didn't have that. Now, we know the story with Obama where he got all that from, the actor or whatever. So he's really an actor. So he stole his swag from somebody because it was taught to him. But we have to deal with people and emotions. They know all of this. That's what they play to. It is what it is.
Yeah, like this right here, I wanted to address. And welcome everybody in the chats and in the comments. I appreciate you all for joining the show. I was looking at the chats and this stuck out. Bless your hearts. How are African Americans advocating for birthright citizenship? We don't have to. This is what I'm talking about being politically ignorant. We don't have to do shit, sir. We don't have to do we don't have to do a damn thing. Do you really think that they about to take your ass and kick you up out of here? Where you going? Where they gonna send you? Gonna send me back to Gary?
Yo, G, you took your shit off like you ready to fight. Go ahead and say something. The way you did, you gotta say something.
I'm just saying because like this, I knew that somebody was going to ask about this birthright citizenship shit. I don't care because it does not concern me. Let me tell you something. I could trace my ancestry back to 1600s. The only people that were immigrants around that time were my Scottish and Irish ancestors. I could check and see that my ancestors are from this land here. Where the hell are they about to see? You about to send me back to Mississippi?
Right. Right.
Y'all need to stop letting these people play with y'all minds. If you are a Black American, first of all, we already buried the term African American with Jesse Jackson. Another thing, stop calling yourself African American. That starts right there. Maybe do the groundwork necessary to track your lineage and make sure that you are a descendant of an indigenous Black American. And then you wouldn't worry about it because I don't have to worry about shit. Motherfucker come up to me. First of all, I've never had anybody come up to me and ask me for my paperwork. Even with all of this stuff that's going on, you can look at me and tell that I am an American, even with my brown skin. We know each other.
Right.
We know it. White Americans know Black Americans. Black Americans know white Americans. In fact, we're so excited to see each other when we're out and about that we can actually communicate that we know each other. I have a whole birth certificate that's laminated, like zip code and everything on the back of it. It's mine. So we don't have to do a damn thing, sir. Cool your heels. What you got to say? Because you look like you about to say something, sis.
I'm trying to not curse after Easter. Everything you say at times too, I just don't understand how you could let a person fear monger you because you are not in the know, because you do not know. Your ignorance will kill you. Don't you know that? Ignorance will take you to your grave, letting somebody wish and wash you like a leaf in the wind. You're going to be blowing everywhere. So it has nothing to do with us.
Right.
It has nothing to do. I am an American. I don't have a flag from another country. I don't have a great grandmother that lived in another country and I can go back to that home. My home is America, period, point blank. The soil that these buildings stand on, got my ancestors' blood in it. I'm from America, gonna always be American. You can't put no African in front of my damn name. We don't speak another language. For generations and generations, it's been the same English. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't got nothing to do with me.
Read his comment. Hank.
You know you on our side.
I can see it.
I want you to know Hank is on our side because I saw his comments. So I'm letting you know that I'm not angry with you, but I'm seeing a lot of people try to bring Black Americans in with the conversation and make us fearful about the fact that we're going to be deported. You literally have Black content creators who are spewing this nonsense, who have reached this up to 1 million people that's following them. We have to be honest with ourselves and understand our role and our position in this land. So we ain't got to worry about that shit, bro. We good. Let the tethers worry about that shit.
It's just like the police. When the police get behind criminals or people with no license and no insurance, they get terrified. The police get behind me. I don't give a damn. I don't even see the police behind me. Well, for what? I'm a legal abiding citizen. If ICE come around, I don't give a damn.
I can tell.
Hank,
That's what I was
apologize.
getting ready to say.
So, Hank, I apologize if you think I was calling you ignorant. No, I'm just saying that in general, people are ignorant to the point that they think that they're going to be deported.
Right. To where?
I'm still waiting. I want to meet an ICE agent. Y'all trust and believe. You let me see an ICE agent in Atlanta. I'm going to do that video. I'm going to do a video like, yo, please don't deport me back to, oh, shit, I'm American. I'm a fuck with people. Because that's, but let's, please, let us get into this fake ass, bootleg ass, black
let's get off into the conversation.
Yes, please.
Let's get off to the conversation.
G, is that your scarlet letter on your shirt?
Huh?
G, is that your scarlet?
We about to get into this conversation. First of all, thank you all once again for joining the Realist Lounge this evening. Make sure you all like, share, comment, subscribe, send this on. Get y'all people up in here. We need to have this conversation. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. because I've been wanting to talk about it. I've been seeing y'all talk a whole lot of shit about this conversation regarding Chilli and Big Boy and all of that. It's a mess.
Can we start with Jaden Ivey and then use them?
You go ahead and lead with Jaden Ivey because
Yeah.
you're the one who brought that to my attention. So I'll let you lead with the Jaden Ivey conversation.
I want to say to every single Christian, activist, and athlete, entertainer who like to bring up social issues, y'all can kiss the circumference of my black ass. And I say that because not one of you, not one, stood up for this man. It has nothing to do with religion. Nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with freedom of speech. And I'll admit, he ain't the best communicator. I'll say that. He don't know how to convey a message. It's not a problem. Right. But he doesn't even know the impact that he put out there, because what he did was as strong as what Afro Man just did with his freedom of speech case, and what Uncle Luke did back in the day, even though Uncle Luke on some other shit right now, but I'm going to get into that. Basically, what he did back in the day with hip hop, it's the same exact thing. What he did was sacrifice unknowingly for all of us, because now you are allowing the powers that be to dictate how you feel about something. Yeah. On top of that, he has a teammate, I cannot remember this dude's name, on the same Chicago team who took advantage of a minor, playing on the without any consequence. And these people cut this dude because of what he said. That's crazy to me. And I'm going to say, LeBron James, your fake activist ass, Chris Paul, who just retired, any of y'all, all y'all cats that said, I hate ICE, the fuck out of here, yo. Y'all didn't stand up for this man. Y'all didn't say nothing. So when y'all in y'all careers, don't come at, oh, and on top of that, Colin Kaepernick, your Afro wearing ass too, where you at? You ain't said nothing about this kid. So for me, that's kind of sick, yo. Go ahead and play the video. This shit bothers me.
So for everybody who is not aware of actually what happened with Jaden Ivey, I wanted to play this video to give you all a little bit more context. Let me know if you all can hear it. You can't.
LGBTQ. Right? They proclaim Pride Month in the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
So all I'm gonna say is this: I'm not a church goer. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not even a Christian. I know who God is, and my relationship with God is very solid, and I respect people's beliefs. Me personally, I agree with him if he was not. I agree with him on a sense, but I feel like that he should have been well aware of the backlash that he was going to get. Like, you being in a position that you're in, how was it you didn't have nobody in your ear saying, bro, this might not be a good idea for you to do this? We've seen way too many celebrities say things about the LGBTQ community, and we've seen them lose money, lose opportunities. We've seen them have to literally do a public apology. So how is it that you are that like unaware of what might actually happen? And then like, why isn't the Christian community standing up for him? Like, where is the black Christian community? Because y'all was out like a motherfucker when it comes to trying to get Kamala Harris elected.
Where's Jamal Bryant, punk ass?
Where's Jamal Bryant at? Where is Reverend Al Sharpton at?
Thank
where
you.
Where are you guys?
Where
Y'all
you at,
don't
Roland
never
Martin?
come.
Where you
Huh?
at?
Y'all
Where
don't
you at,
never
Roland
come
Martin?
around when shit is needed. When we need you.
Let's be very clear. The people that you named may be Christians as in imbeciles, but they damn sure don't believe in the Bible and stand on it. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Annie, I know you are you're a Christian. So
Yes, ma'am.
what are your thoughts on this as a Christian woman?
How old is he?
24.
He's 24. He's young.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him a little grace here because he might not be as worldly or experienced with things having to do with this, but I respect him because he's standing on his faith. He's standing on business. He's not willing to compromise who he is. Now, at the same time, you signed a contract, and you know, I don't know, but I as a woman of faith, I don't there's so many people out here that are making faith-based content that use their faith for clicks that aren't real Christians, and that shit drives me insane. He seems genuine. He seems like he really is asking the question, what does pride got to do with basketball?
But it
You
go,
know,
but
and pride
Annie,
becomes pride comes before the fall. That's what Christians are taught.
the thing
You
is,
know,
he got cut. He got cut for conduct detrimental to the team.
how is it
Yeah.
detrimental? What?
That's the whole point.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole issue. I definitely feel like that the outrage was uncalled for. And I this is no disrespect. Well, if you feel some type of way about it, I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna be real. I feel like that a lot of Christians who actually have that reach, I feel like that like y'all kind of weakening out a little bit. I come from an era where if somebody said something disrespectful to the church, to Christianity, you were exiled from the entertainment business. I love to use the talking point about what happened to the Beatles when they said that they were more popular than Jesus.
Mm.
They said we popping more than Jesus. Do you know that they took their records off of the radio? They
See,
took their
girl,
records off of the radio. Back then, they used to take your records out of the store, put your shit in front of the store, run it over with a bulldozer if you said anything disrespectful regarding God. When did Christians get a little weak?
I'm gonna tell you when they took the Bible out of our schools, when they removed God from society. I mean, if you look at footage of people, Americans back in the 1950s and 60s, and even black folks, you'll see that like the nuclear family was very present. It wasn't until they started removing these things out of our lives and removing the fear of God from people, whether it be, Isaiah or Ezra or Jesus or Allah, you know what I'm saying? Like they are so Christian persecution is at an all-time high for a reason, and it's because it scares them. And usually Christians don't back down; they stand on business, and that's what I believe. They, they they live by the Bible and by the word of Jesus.
I,
And I do think it's very sad though. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I'm not gonna lie, I was on my trip. This is gonna prompt me to make a video about this. So as a Christian, I will say that I will speak on this.
I'll receive them. It's about damn time somebody stood up for regular people. The LBGTQWXYZs done took over the whole fucking world, trying to make everybody, including children, trans, be mad at me if you kiss my ass. I believe in God and every word he said. So I don't care about how they feel about it. Enough is enough. At a certain point, enough is a fucking enough. They just like the damn hats. The little hats that think that they can rule the damn world. And if you don't agree with them, then you got to get the hell on. No, enough is enough.
I want y'all to pay attention to something.
Mm-hmm.
This young man, as persecuted as he is, like he said, he's young. He's a newly found. He's saved or whatever, or it's all new to him. Totally understand that. They are persecuting this young man, but in Minnesota and in New York, they have the Islamic prayer going on. Like, my whole thing is, and this is what I miss, me being a 70s baby. What happened to balance? Why is it has to be one extreme or the next? Why got to be good or bad? In hip hop, for me, the same way you had KRS, you had NWA. If you had Foxy and all of them, you also had MC Light and Latifah. There was a balance with all of this shit. There is no more balance. And now, if you're not with one, you're persecuted by the other, and nobody wants to. That's dumb, because we're human and ain't nobody fucking perfect. None of us are.
You're absolutely correct. I just saw that for Ramadan they lit up buildings green in Manhattan, including one of the World Trade Center lights. Okay, for Ramadan. But they used to, and then I found this clip where they used to put crosses and lights on buildings in New York City. This was back in the 80s, just the 80s, for Easter, for or whatever you call it, Resurrection Day, whatever. They don't do that with the crosses anymore.
I hate to say this, it may ruffle some feathers. She just said what she said. 25 years ago, when a certain event happened in New York, there was major hate towards a particular religious group. And now, look at New York. This shit, you can't make, we are in the Twilight Zone. You can't make this shit up.
Google throwing eggs up for Easter. You know how they changed the Google format for every holiday? They threw eggs.
Yeah, they threw some little whack ass eggs up. Usually it'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all know how I feel about holidays. I feel like they all bullshit.
I don't celebrate them.
Me personally.
Me either.
I feel like that a lot of the things that, and I really want people to not miss out on this opportunity to enlighten themselves and to educate themselves. Because a lot of us are realizing that there was some type of indoctrination that has taken place, not only in our schools, but as well as in our churches. You know what I mean? And unknowingly, because there's something that switched up in the 60s. It wasn't just with the civil rights movement. It was also with the removing of Bibles out of the school. The removing of Bibles out of the school happened in 1963. So that is one thing. But then you got to look at the 501c, which in my opinion, really put the nail in the coffin for the Black church. Because now you can no longer preach the way that you want to preach. The soul that you had, the way that you were able to get out in the streets and fight for our youth and fight for our people. Y'all not doing that shit no more. Y'all are sitting off on the damn sidelines, and then you're wondering why your membership is falling.
They're in the pockets. The mega churches in the pockets of the juice hats.
And it's because, like dude said right here, Omar said it right here. He said it perfectly. The church got weak once they became tied into politics. Lobbyists are now compromising the church just like they compromise social media and mass medias. Because how in the hell could you call yourself a follower of Christ, a studier of the Bible, and you cutting off your family members because they voted differently than you?
Right.
Facts.
How can you be a follower of Christ and you wishing death on somebody?
How could you be a follower of Christ and you kicking it with people that wishing death on other people?
And you saying you hate people?
How could you be a follower of Christ and support, I don't know if I can say the word, but the medical procedure that removes a living thing out of your body?
Abortion. We're going to say it.
Yeah.
We're going to say it. Do you all remember last time when Biden was in office, that one Easter where didn't they do some weird shit that time? Like around that time, they did something very weird. It was for the trans community.
They did.
Oh, you talking about when they lit up the White House like a rainbow?
I'm about to look for that shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, they did. It was right around Christmas, or not Christmas, Easter. And I think it was in conjunction or something having to do with the Easter, whatever. But they had a bunch of people there from the trans community doing their little show for the country, and they changed the pillars to rainbow.
Oh yeah,
we living in a time. We living in a time whereas someone can get persecuted, but then the people who should be supporting them no matter what are following that lead. That's very, very dangerous, because that's when you start talking about that authoritarianism and all. That's a problem, because what we see is it's not enough people that are thinking for themselves. Go ahead, Pretty.
No, keep going.
Yeah, like that's what we have to get back to, because it needs to be more communication. Because the fact of the matter is, you can talk about Bibles being taken out of schools and all of that. The attack has been on the family, period. Because if you look at the key steps, traditional family has been destroyed. I hate to say it, but that goddamn bunny looked like Biden. You look at
That
it, like
shit, you know what
like
that
it-
reminds me of? That reminds me of what's that really popular Five Nights at Freddy? That shit reminds me of that.
Yes, it does.
It's terrifying.
Yes, it does. But you know what's so weird to me, and you know, I've been celebrating Easter all my life until I realized it was that y'all replaced Jesus with the Easter bunny. Just like y'all replaced Santa Claus, y'all replaced Jesus with Santa Claus. Y'all replaced the Messiah with everything. Y'all,
Money.
that's another thing. Like, how is it that y'all don't recognize that? Like, that's how I know we in the Twilight Zone, because like I be peeping shit. So y'all let this go. International Transgender Day of Visibility.
Bullshit.
Y'all let this just slide on by.
Y'all don't see that's a boy bunny with lashes on?
Lord have mercy.
Oh
I
wow.
never noticed that.
I didn't either.
That's not a boy bunny. That's a trans bunny.
I hate it here.
It's a trans bunny, yeah.
Take me back. I hate it here.
Girl, we definitely shifted timelines here. I think the reset happened in 2019, 2020.
Oh hell yeah, it did.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all, when a lot of y'all got that hot sauce, it y'all not even human anymore. And you can look on the Supreme Court, it will tell you that I read a lot of y'all is transhuman as fuck out here in these streets.
Speaking
Y'all don't
of
even
which,
understand it. This is gone.
are y'all familiar with the pineal gland?
Pineal,
of course.
yes.
How do you pronounce it?
Pineal.
Pineal. Okay, so you know what it does. It regulates like hormones and melatonin production. And there's research now that just came out, like breaking research out of Japan, that stated that if you got the jab, it literally destroyed that gland.
It calcified it.
Mhm.
It's this yeah. What you talk about? We was talking about this in 2019. Yeah, we've been on this shit.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy to see that, because I have a tumor on mine.
Mm.
I have a tumor on mine. I've had it since I was a child. Well, since I was a teenager. Still don't know how it happened. Could be the fact that my Democrat ran city was actually poisoning all of us. They were
That's
poisoning
terrible.
us.
It's fluoride in all the water.
They was
No.
poisoning us. There was a lawsuit that took place out there in East Chicago because they had to knock down an entire apartment complex because of the lead that was in the walls, and people were getting sick, and they knew that they were poisoning us. I have friends who have literally are deaf in one ear right now and are like having tumors in their head because of all the poison.
I'm getting ready to say something that I saw yesterday that touches on what G just said. They start telling us that if we wanted to be nourished or hydrated, we had to drink 8 glasses of water a day. That was right after they put the fluoride in the water. This is a fact. When she said it, I said, damn. Once again, diabolical devils. It's right there, and people don't catch on to this. It is crazy to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I say they don't catch on. They used to piss on us and tell us it was rain. Now they piss on us and tell us it's piss, but people don't do nothing about it.
No, that's not true. Now they do it like this.
Yeah. Said roll around, sitting on drugs, just got back. I was high on drugs. They singing the whole piss on me song that Dave Chappelle had right now. Like, they're okay with getting pissed on so much. So I got to show. Fuck this. I know y'all got something else to say about Jaden because I want to get off into this Chilli conversation.
Oh, no, go.
We got to go, man.
We done.
We gotta go because this whole situation with Chilli, and I'm looking at it from so many different perspectives, right? I'm looking at it as a woman because I'm noticing that when it comes to women, like they get a whole lot more slack than the men do. Because y'all not gonna do shit to Tyson. Y'all not gonna do shit to Snoop. Y'all not gonna do shit to 50 Cent. Y'all not gonna do shit. Y'all not gonna cancel Big Boy, and you know this. But the way that y'all coming down on Chilli right now, I was like, oh. Then it made me think about how y'all did Chissette Michelle. I was like, oh, okay. But then y'all not doing that to Sexy Red. So you could get mad at Chilli for reposting that Michelle Obama could possibly be a man. But you didn't cancel Sexy Red when she was telling your children to buy lip gloss that's named after STDs. Y'all didn't say nothing about that. This is what I mean when I say the black community could be a monolith on everything that's fucking bad for the community.
I got a different way to look at it with Chilli.
What's that?
And it's for everybody out there who talking about canceling that woman. The one thing that we know is TLC's story. Yeah. How they were fucked by the record industry.
Yeah.
And y'all willing to not go to their concert because you don't like the way she voted. Yeah. That has to be the dumbest shit. So you all supporting them. Oh, yeah, we got to get behind them because they got fucked by the record industry. But they on tour and you not going to go patronize? That's so oxymoronic. It doesn't make any fucking sense. On top of that, Chilli has always been a sweetheart. She's always laid it out how she was and this, that, whatever. And y'all willing to do this over the way it's not even confirmed how she may have voted. Stop it, yo.
I'm going to be honest with you. And I mean this shit. I'm disappointed in Chilli.
I was just about to say, I'm
disappointed in her because you should have just kept it real.
She shouldn't have said nothing the same way Tiger Woods shouldn't have said nothing when he got caught cheating. It's none of your business. It's family. It's a family issue. I'll be back when I get back. She should have said this. She shouldn't have said the damn thing.
But like the thing about it is that like it just feels so staged to me.
Yep.
It feels very staged. It feels like that the Democrats understand how emotional you niggas is. It feels like that they like, okay, we couldn't get them when it came to us, to those two people that lost their lives up there in Minnesota. So we're going to figure out another way. The bongos didn't work. The African bongos that they had outside at the time of these protests, that didn't work. The fact that they still trying to replace y'all vote with illegal immigrants and y'all literally are being robbed up there by them Somalians, that didn't work. So let's go ahead and see what we could do about their greats. Let's see what we could do about their artists, because we know that black folk love music. They love their artists. Let's see what we could do.
Chucking and
jiving. Let's see what we could do. Because how long ago, who really was digging into this? Who?
The same people that have no control over their own life, so they looking for something to control. That's all they can do is try to cancel.
Wait, G, you gotta expand that. This the thing about this. The powers that be find stories like this to rile up the black community because they know how emotional shit goes. And
now losing. They feed that. They feed off of the negative energy. They're
demons. They some demons.
I believe Lizzo has something to do with this, to be completely honest, based on what I saw.
Nah, she's just politically ignorant. It ain't her.
Lizzo's still mad that fat girls don't want to follow her no more since she took that GLP-1. You made it okay for everybody to get fat, and now you lost weight, so your steam is dying down. Y'all notice that? Do y'all know? Do y'all notice that?
It's all
They put all of these fat bitches in front of us during the pandemic and was like, oh, okay, fat acceptance. Everybody's plus size. Everybody could be fat. Fat is beautiful. Don't body shame. Everybody got fat as hell. And then guess what? Soon as y'all got back on y'all game, now y'all want to get the GLP-1 shots. Y'all want to get these sleeves and shit. Y'all want to get all the now they bringing y'all back in to make money off of you.
It's an experiment.
It's an experiment. Just a couple of years ago, y'all didn't give a damn who was fat and who wasn't.
They just trying shit. They trying to get the harvest energy. That's what they need to live off of. And so now that we are awakened or awakening, right? The majority of us are waking our ass up. They are struggling to find anything.
You right about that one. Let's hear what Chilli got to say real quick, because I don't know if everybody heard it. And I want y'all to see the comments, because y'all, this is one of the reasons why I do this show. Y'all need to see a mirror. So y'all can really look and see how y'all look out here in these streets. And some of y'all are college graduates, grandmothers, granddaddies, parents.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody. And I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button. And I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, I took that down.
She full of shit.
And I was just about to say, I'm up here talking on mute. She lying like a motherfucker.
You lying. You is lying. You know that you did, but look at these comments. Your shoes is beaten. Your shoes, mama. Let me translate. I have to apologize because these tickets are going on sale and my team think there's going to be issues. I don't see any videos that are negative about Michelle Obama on my feed, but I'm not a Trump supporter. Did Chilli just cancel TLC? Goodbye, Chilli. You said what you said. Bye. The donation wasn't by accident. You hoes is miserable.
Facts.
It's miserable. And these are the women.
So I'm reading some of the comments, and some of you guys felt slighted a little bit because I didn't mention Jay-Z and Beyonce when I'm talking about celebrities and how they out there playing themselves, or Snoop and how they out there playing themselves. It's because I feel like those three I purposely left them out because for me, them three are kind of complicated. I'm still doing a deep dive and investigation on Jay-Z. I do feel like when you make that certain amount of money, when you're up on that certain echelon of, net worth, etc., I do think that, there's a way that you are. There's a type of way that you have to be, right?
First of all, you live in New York. You're in New York City right now. And this is what you choose to talk about. Your whole lash is about to fall off of your damn face.
She voted for Mondami.
You could tell. I know she voted for Kamala. Look at that lash about to lift the hell off of that lid. And your supporters don't love you because nobody called you and told you. Until your lashes is falling the fuck off. You need to redo this, delete this, come back, and try again because you got us out here looking crazy right now. And I told her, I said, you're way too old to be so uneducated on politics. Maybe stick to spilling tea. Because that's what y'all do. Y'all, a lot of y'all don't even know about politics. Y'all just decided to hop on the bandwagon because it was marketable and it was an easy way for you to make some money. Talk about Trump. Because see, they're going to push your content before they push me, Chatty Annie, Fool, Unapologetically Jesus. See, they push this shit So the rest of you fools like this one, woo, not one lie told, auntie.
They push degeneracy. That's what they do. They want to keep it so that we have no critical thinking skills, and that they want us to be ignorant. That's why they don't even teach us in school anymore. You know?
What you got to say, G? I know you got something spicy.
Just with it, I believe, like I said, it's just the most ignorant of us that are into this. And to I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, but to her comment about they don't want us to critically, we passed that point.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
generations of motherfuckers can't think for themselves, don't know what to think, have never read a damn book. Technology out, and the motherfucker don't even know where the library is. So it's just a whole situation, another contrived experiment. The absolute disgust I feel for these people with no fucking business, nothing to fucking do. Like you said, just jumping on the bandwagon of what can get me clicks and views, and we all ganging up on this bitch. Unbelievable. I'm disgusted with the community.
Me too.
Hi, Mr. Big Boy.
Me too.
Really quick question that is really concerning that I would love a response to, if it is possible. So I heard you might be MAGA. Now hear me out, okay? There's some really not great evidence that I screenshot myself. Your following look a little questionable, okay?
But I thought you bitches was resting.
Why do they care? That's my question.
Because they're stupid. Y'all supposed to be resting, right?
Got shit else to do.
Y'all ain't got shit else to do. Y'all
Nope.
said y'all was resting. The 92% said that they were resting, right? But somebody is obviously not, because y'all are going hard in the paint to see which black celebrities is voting for Trump, who has won the election already.
Oh, the other man, since we're on this topic, I know how you said that they particularly like do this to females and not men. Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, they're Trump supporters, and they've also been pardoned by Trump. Nobody says
Nobody says anything. Nobody says anything because they're true. They're the true. They're feminists, but they really are the true sexists. You guys are sexist because Big Boy ain't gonna get no slack. Ain't nobody gonna cancel Big Boy. You muted, bro. You muted, bro. You muted.
I pray Big Boy say something, because he gonna come out and go off, because he gonna tell him, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I know, but see, that's the other thing too. Big Boy's legacy is his legacy, and he doesn't care because he's living his life. Big Boy ain't even on it like that. That's why they kill me with. We don't see tweets and posts from Big Boy. He living his life. He doesn't care.
Not everyone is a parent that are sperm donors. There's the truth. That's the truth right there. That's true on that. Meta is Democrat. AI, FYI. That's why content against liberals are being suppressed. Oh yeah, they kicking my ass over there on Facebook.
Oh, same, girl. I listen.
I'm disgusted. Like I'm not gonna hold you. I hate Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm fucking with it.
They got me so shadow banned. If I may, on this Chilli thing, real quick before I gotta hop off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know, and I'm gonna say this as respectfully as I can, because I love her. She's my people. I follow her. She likes my content sometimes, but I know that she's like really like a loyal follower of Ace, and she be liking all his stuff and reposting it. So I just don't personally buy the whole I accidentally hit it with my thumb. I
Wait,
think
Chilli fuck with Ace?
Yeah.
Ace smart?
Hard. So my whole thing is like, if you're gonna do something, be about it. The post that I saw where they were calling her out was about donating to Donald Trump, and I saw like a response where she was kind of like, that was before he participated in all this like humanitarian stuff, and I thought he was gonna do this, but he did this. And I just saw her walking back, and I just feel like she has somebody in the back of her, like standing behind her, telling her what to say at this point, like trying to do damage control. I don't know if it's PR, I don't know who it is, but just be you, girl. Like, I would have rather seen her get up there and be like, yo, fuck y'all, all y'all. If you don't like me, blow me, type of shit.
I just got a question, like, and I'm wondering if you could tell me this, because you were a Democrat at one point before you slide up out of here. Did they pander to white people?
Democrats?
Yeah, like, did Democrats
No,
pander to
but
white people? Like, did they
no,
do?
but you know what they do to white people?
What's that?
They instill that white guilt.
Tell us more.
Yep. They make you feel guilty for your skin color. And so they make you believe that you got to walk around representing all minorities and different demographics because y'all can't represent yourselves. And in reality, that in itself is fucking racist and prejudice. And people don't even see that. But yeah, like for the first few years of my life as an early adult, I walked around feeling bad that I was white. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I don't understand.
Nobody should feel bad for their skin color. I'm sorry. You know?
You're right. You should have pride in who you are. You should be able to be happy in the skin that you're in, regardless of what color that it is. I don't understand it. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at somebody. I feel like I want more white people to be glad to be white. You should be excited to be white. You should be happy. You should say, I'm white and I don't give a fuck how anybody else feel, because the same way that I got pride in me being a black woman, I'm not gonna get mad at a white person having pride for being a white person. The same way that a Hispanic got pride for being a Hispanic, whether they're Latino, whether they're Colombian, whether they're Puerto Rican. They're excited and they're happy and they're proud of their lineage. We got to stop thinking that just because somebody is white, that they have no right to be contributors of what we have here in America. They added just as much value to what we have here in America as much as white people, as much as Asians, as much as Hispanics. They're American and they're human beings.
Facts.
What about for somebody, an ancestor that did 500, 1,000 years ago, and now you crucified for the rest of your life because you that color? That's so much.
If you want to be mad at somebody, march your ass up there to one of them sundown towns and tell them that it's 2026.
That's where you go.
Or go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York and tell them they can't do this no more.
Man, invite me. Listen, Puerto Rico, invite me, okay?
Hey, I love y'all. Thank you for having me on. I gotta go. But
all right, bye. See you, girl.
Thank you so much.
Give them hell over there.
I will.
All right,
yeah,
bye.
it's crazy.
So back to the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Rico. Okay, listen. I love Elvis Crespo.
No, I said Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York.
Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans, listen to me. Invite me because I want to go. Okay, just let me get some of that fire ass Puerto Rican rice, and we could dance to Elvis Crespo, and then that's why we could go about it.
They might not do the shit no more in New York now that Mondami there. Shit, they might have fucked.
I hope not. Y'all better set that shit on fire. Not literally, not literally. But.
Black people want to cancel somebody. Why don't you cancel some of your other greats? Why don't you cancel Martin Luther King ass? Cancel his ass. He loved a woman. They just told me he couldn't marry her. Why don't you cancel somebody that makes some sense, that he didn't believe in Jesus? You don't want to cancel the real motherfuckers. You want to cancel fake motherfuckers that ain't got no which way. Do you think Chilli going down in the damn history books? Kiss my ass. I'm so sick of these black people. I don't know what to do. We got to call them another name because I'm a black person and they not me. We got to figure out another name.
She said, and they not me. What up, Grandma? I see you out there in the comments. What up, Lord? One son. What's going on, Donnell? Oh, that's my guy. He had hit me up and told me that Facebook shadow banning me. Straight up. I appreciate you for letting me know. I'm just letting that seeing what's up to everybody in the comments. What's up, Omar Reed? What's going on? Checking in with everybody. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you all sharing the live. What you was about to say, fool?
Even when I think about them persecuting Nick Cannon. What up, Flex? Even when I think about them canceling Nick Cannon. As far as Nick Cannon, how many people have we heard? And look at what we've gotten from Wildin' Out. Look at the success we've seen from other people from Wildin' Out. Like, my whole thing is, why are you persecuting someone for how they feel? Because you don't know. We have so many people out here. Matter of fact, Pretty, I'm gonna send you this video. Please, if you can, play this video on here.
Okay.
Why most of these people, when we start talking about celebrities, even non-celebrities, they do a lot of shit for the communities. They don't advertise it. And y'all talking about canceling somebody. Even with this tour with TLC. Salt and Pepper's on the tour also. Those are the two groups that have been fucked the most in fucking entertainment and hip-hop.
Oh yeah, they want to cancel Salt too.
They want to keep. They don't. It's not about benefiting or growing somebody. They want to bring everybody down to their miserable ass, low IQ, low vibrational ass level. That's it. That's it. They want misery loves company. Come on, y'all. We know this. They are miserable people.
They are.
They miserable. And
not only that, I don't know if y'all noticing it, and like I try hard to not make everything about race, but I feel like that there is an obsession with it right now because they don't want us to wake up.
Yeah,
like it's heavy as somebody who looks at everything online. Like, I don't just look at politics. I look at real life stories. I be in Black TikTok. I be in ghetto TikTok. I be on all sides of social media. And there is definitely, there's a project that they got going on with Black people right now. Y'all motherfuckers don't even understand it. Let's see. We got the Gucci Man situation. Now we got T-Boz, Chilli, and Left Eye, and well, not Left Eye, rest in peace, but we got the Chilli situation. You got the Jaden situation. You got Big Boy situation. You got, and still, it's all happening with birthright citizenship going on in the Supreme Court right now.
I just texted to you, Pretty.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bring up Nike. They want to cancel everything. You won't cancel Nike for the shit that they.
Man, that's what we about to go to next.
And everybody gonna buy a pair of Jordans and all this, but that's such ridiculous bullshit. They get on my nerves.
It's ridiculous. It's super. Now you the one who turned me on to this whole little Nike situation. So like, I had no idea that's how far.
I didn't either. Selective outrage is fucking amazing in this country, especially by us.
Right. It is never across the board. You can never formula it. It's just when you feel like it. Fuck y'all.
I guess to be disappointed is it for me, because I just expect better, especially from our people and adults. We have adults acting like fucking children. The name calling. Oh, I'm not going to talk to you no more. I'm not going to support you no more. This, that, whatever. What really get me, especially when it comes to this political aspect of it with the cancel culture and family members, you got the nerve to cancel somebody because of their vote, but you slept on their fucking couch and probably still owing money. Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy to me.
You are not going to tell me that they did not drop this shit on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to tell me that they are playing with y'all right now. It's like they kind of really seeing how far they could take it.
But let me cook. I work for a marketing agency. I already know how all this works. When I tell you 100 people saw this before we ever got the chance to see it, I can guarantee it. With a multi-billion-dollar company like Nike that outsourced, this was outsourced, right? This is why this is not posted on Nike's page. This is why this is posted on Studio Sophie Hospice's page, because they're the brand agency that was paid to come up with the brand concept or the creative design for the ad campaign. Does that make sense? Either way it goes, Nike had to see this before they posted it.
Sure did.
Fucking flabbergasted.
I didn't even know about this. You the one who turned me on to this, but like, I'm just like,
this is disgusting.
It is.
But we are so weak as a people, and we gotta find another name for these people. We are so weak as a whole that this shit it got past 100 motherfuckers that said it was okay. You didn't think that a slew of us wasn't in that bitch?
Crazy.
Unbelievable. But you don't want to boycott that because you
Nah.
because you want to be fresh.
Nah, they ain't gonna boycott that.
But
They not gonna boycott Nike. That'd be too much like right.
Unbelievable, man. And wanna brag about the buying power that the black community have. We don't have shit right now.
Nothing.
We got motherfuckers that's strong enough to open up their damn mouth. We don't got shit because you motherfuckers, we are as strong as the weakest link. If that's the case, we fucking wet paper towel. Fuck y'all again. I'm mad today.
I'm mad today.
We have to be, because with everything that's going on, and Pretty, you hit the nail on the head. With the birthright citizenship, that situation going on, black people should be on board with that. And y'all motherfuckers want to talk about Big Boy, Chilli, Nick Cannon, and whoever else voted for Trump. Like, are you serious? With the corruption that's going around in this country, that's being exposed, to have somebody tell me on a live 3 days ago that they would vote for Gavin Newsom, depending on who he running against. I said,
Then they say, when somebody tell you that?
The dude relentless that be on the lives. I said relentless. Let me ask you a question. If Gavin Newsom is the Democratic nominee, are you telling me that you will vote for him? Well, it would depend on who he running against. If he running against Marco Rubio, then no, I would vote for Marco Rubio. But if he running against JD Vance, I would definitely vote for Gavin Newsom. So I said, so you telling me Gavin Newsom has governed? You've seen what he's done with the state, everything. He has destroyed the state. And you telling me it would depend on who he's running? You would actually vote for that man? Something is wrong with these people. This is crazy. You're choosing your feelings over someone who showed you their job, motherfucker. They showed you their job description, everything they did, and you still going, come on, y'all.
I got one better for you. Not the fact that what actions show out of his goddamn mouth, that ignorant motherfucker sat in front of a whole slew of fucking black people and said, I'm just as stupid as you.
Ain't nobody say nothing.
And
the mayor sat there and shucked and jived with the motherfucker and laughed when he said, come on, man.
Goofy motherfuckers.
Ain't nobody say nothing. I was trying to play this video you sent me, and I don't even know where the hell my page is at.
You know what? Let me send it to, did it go to you on TikTok or did it come to you via text?
No, you could have just played it yourself.
But I don't know how to do that shit from the computer because I'm not on my
Oh man, it done kicked me out of. I can't find my StreamYard.
Let me see something. You know what? Let me tell me if y'all can hear this. We ain't got to play the video like that. Tell me if y'all can actually hear this.
Look, it's like,
can y'all hear this?
Something about having heroes that are unattainable for you. That way they can stay in that magic spot. So I think we've lost magic and mystery and all these things.
Well, it certainly happens when you hear actors talk about politics. Mm-hmm. When actors become activists, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oy.
I donate to a lot of charities, mainly children's stuff, but nobody knows it. I don't go to the award show and talk about it when I'm getting my award. It's like Ricky Gervais said in that skit of his. He said, look, come up here, accept your little award, and fuck off.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, unless you have really studied stuff and really know about a subject fully, who the hell would want to listen to an actor or a musician talk about politics? You know what I mean? It's
right.
Like, are we supposed to follow this? I mean, if we are, what if they lead you down the wrong road? And, and politically, I call myself a radical moderate. I'm like very strong in my opinions. But
if anybody want that, that's Billy Bob Thornton talking to Joe Rogan. He said it exactly right. Why are you listening to entertainers talk about politics? What does that have to do with anything? The only thing, when we start talking, okay, so you're going to take the advice of an entertainer who you've actually made successful by supporting their shit. They are actors or entertainers or whatever. However that may go. But these are the same people coming on our platforms pushing whatever the fuck they pushing. Yeah. If they so successful and all that, why you on TikTok? Why you going live all of a sudden? That's showing you just like us. So miss me with that. But nobody wants to talk about this. The same, y'all know something, and I thought about this driving home. The same motherfuckers that want to talk shit about Big Boy, Chilli, and whoever else, y'all still listening to R. Kelly. So shut the fuck up. Stop it. You can't have one without the other. You fucking hypocrites. Which one is it? Y'all still watching the Cosby Show. Now what? What? Selective outrage at its finest. I think you muted, sis. Yeah, G, we can't hear you.
Whatever they want it to be when they feel like it. You can't hear me?
Now we can, yeah. You good.
This just messed me all the way up.
Yes.
No, I literally cannot find my other screen. And now I have two screens up, but I can't find the other one.
The one where we playing videos off of?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's completely hidden.
Don't go off. Don't click off.
I don't want to because it's going to end the live. But I can't find, because I'm hearing myself twice.
Oh.
So I can't find the other screen. It just disappeared.
It's crazy because I don't even, before I had the option to add something, and it's not giving me that either.
This just messed me all the way up. I don't even know what to do.
Yes, we do. Adjust. We talk for hours at a time. We can keep talking. We know what the subject matter is.
Let me see if I could do this.
I wish that our people wouldn't fall for this shit. And it's like they keep catering to us. And people they keep doing the same. When did it become criminal to think for yourself? That's my whole thing. And when Blackjack broke that shit down and be about what MAGA is, MAGA has nothing to do with Republicans. Right. The fucking slogan is "Make America Great Again." If it was just about Republicans, Donald Trump would have lost. That means a slew of motherfuckers voted for him. It was not. So when y'all keep saying MAGA this, maggots and all that, guess what? It's some MAGA Democrats. The same way it's some MAGA libertarians and MAGA independents, this, that, whatever, because they believe in this country fucking first. There's nothing wrong with that. And if y'all want to be so, y'all want to bloviate about this shit, Bill Clinton is the one that said it first. Bill Clinton and motherfucking Reagan. Now what? So y'all mad at Bill Clinton too? Miss me with that shit.
I can't do nothing.
We have lost education. We have lost fundamental basics. We have lost morality, integrity. We talked about this last week. We've lost a lot of things in our community that people don't even give a fuck about no more. Some people don't even know, and having kids and don't even know, and not even they're not even in their right mind themselves. They
don't care to be.
Right. It's not even a thought process to be. It is not even a thought to be secure, to know things, to be educated, to be, I don't know. It's just a sad case. Again, we got to find another name for these niggas because they not us.
See, they got people like this. Let me tell you who, if I just could meet one day and really have a conversation with her, because I get tired of seeing people like this who have the reach that they have, and you use it to spew so much hate. It's so annoying to me that somebody in your big grown ass age where all of the people at your feet who can hear you and listen to you. And the only thing that you choose to do is to teach division. And you all over 40. You look at as an elder right now. We are elders. We the OGs. Do y'all not see these YNs out here? Do
Who's
you
that?
all not see that? But this is what we focusing on. We focusing on bullshit. We focusing on talking about Nike. We focusing on talking about Chilli. We focusing on talking about minuscule shit. Meanwhile, our community is going down the motherfucking drain.
Crumbled, not crumbling, crumbled.
Over with. Because of people like this.
Probably got grandkids teaching them the same bullshit.
Definitely got grandkids. And then you got people like
There's a
this
very disturbing image circulating on
also speaking on behalf of us. He's not even a Black American. But because they don't have nothing else to talk about from the land that they people ran away from, they could talk about what the fuck we got going on.
I noticed that a lot on YouTube, that a lot of Africans are like got current events for Black Americans. Like, what are you talking about our events for? What the fuck is going on in your country? Just clicks and views.
That's the thing about it. When I watch both of y'all videos, I know for a fact that what you're saying is coming from the heart. It has nothing to do with because you support a certain part. No, it's how you feel. I have heard Pretty talk not so good about the administration because that's how she felt. The same way, and I don't know if y'all have had this. I've had multiple people on TikTok and Facebook come in my comments talking about you just saying this because you're getting paid to say it. I was like, who the hell is paying me to talk about how I feel? No, that's not everybody. There are some paid propagandists out here. That's not me, because for me, I don't sit here and just say one thing. For as long as Pretty has known me, I have always said on a lot of the lives, call it even across the board. If you're going to bash one, bash the other.
But you know they don't know how to, because this is how Democrats have always operated. They've always, when I look at those papers, those articles that I was telling you guys about, Democrats have always been messy. They have always been cheaters. They have always paid people to vote for them, to promote them. Now, am I saying that the Republicans are perfect? I never will say that. I will call out this administration if I feel as if I'm not getting what the hell I voted for. If you are a MAGA, if you are a conservative, you got a problem with that, you can kiss my ashy kneecap. I don't care. But the thing with you liberals is y'all don't never call out y'all people for shit.
And when they do, they cancel.
Man.
Soon as they do, you got John Fetterman being an adult in that party, and they talking about primarying that man.
Y'all don't
the one thing, and I don't know if y'all thought about this. This is the one thing I would say about y'all, myself, and the people who I associate myself with. Authenticity.
Yeah.
If y'all want to for all the complaints you got about Donald Trump, for anybody who actually voted for him or supported him, the one thing they say, he's authentic. Yeah. That's a fact. The shit that come out that man's mouth could be good, bad, or indifferent. That's him. When we look at the other side, everything is a fucking script. It has to be a slogan. It got to be a catchphrase. I'm pretty sure Pretty can remember this. We was talking on a live and said, no matter what, after this case happens, They always gonna call him a felon. We said that shit way before the case ended because that was their thing. Trump is a felon. Trump is a felon. Trump is a felon. Come on now. This is what they look for because they have nothing. They literally have nothing. They are the party of opposition. That's all. Not a party of policy.
Right.
Party of opposition. You're going to vote. My plea to everybody who ever watches this fucking video in perpetuity. Please, I'm begging you, vote for policy. Stop voting on popularity or because you know them. Because guess what? They're fucking human.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's women like this that are really the biggest fucking problem in our country. They are. Because while you guys are over here talking about Chilli and this, that, and the other, they're excited that you're turning your back on your people. They're happy about it. These the same bitches that was asking for them to create a blue arm bracelet to show solidarity because they lost. Do y'all remember that? These women are demons. They are evil. Look at her. Watch what she
No
say.
clue that this repost had happened and close to each other. And clearly I was
to go see this. And now it's coming out that Chilli is a huge Trump supporter. She made multiple donations in the amount of $1,000.
Why is that your fucking business?
Thank you. Thank you.
This is none of your business. Is music inclusive of all? Yes, it is. But the only people's culture that's getting shitted on right now is ours.
By us. By us.
By us.
By us.
That's what I don't get it. It's getting shitted on by us. Y'all was ready to cancel Kanye West, but you didn't cancel Steve Harvey.
Jim Brown.
You didn't cancel Jim Brown. Y'all want to cancel Nicki Minaj, but you ain't canceling Sexy Red. You ain't cancel Nelly. You ain't cancel 50 Cent.
I bet y'all go to a Snoop concert.
They definitely go to a Snoop concert. Y'all was more mad at Snoop about him talking about LGBTQ shit in the cartoon than y'all was about him going to perform at a event.
Y'all mad at Snoop over having a conversation with his grandson. That is his. That came from his loins. That's his.
Real shit. We need to stop showing our loyalty to labels and show our loyalty to results. Speaking of results, unapologetically G, give us a couple of reasons why Black people need to move the hell away from Obama's and stop holding them up to some type of standard as if they did something for us.
Right. When you said that, oh, my lips and my brain just went to someplace else. But I'm just gonna stick to policy. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Stan was his last name. That motherfucker not even from here, and he was raised by some motherfuckers that's not from here either. But okay, he's not the Black person that we are. Just put it that way. But what about the HAMP? The HAMP policy, the home affordable modification program. This program was set up when he first got into office. This program was set up to be a resource for people, homeowners, to avoid foreclosures. It was just set up. Nothing in the policy that made sure that Black Americans didn't lose their homes, which is really wealth transfer. That's where generational wealth comes from, property. So he set it in place as a policy for that, but what it ended up being is just a bank bailout for the same fucking mortgages. Instead of bailing you out, he bailed out the bank on the mortgage loan and made you keep in the damn mortgage or kicked you out of the home. What about we the LGBTQ? He ushered that in on a fucking red carpet. On a red carpet. So now on top of they took the black man out the home, now they turned the black man into a damn woman. You fucking idiots.
Gee, aren't you from Detroit?
I am.
Yeah.
The thing, and I'm gonna say this to the cows come home. When I watched that documentary and I saw the behind the scenes of what he did in Flint, Michigan, for me personally, Barack Obama is one of the biggest pieces of shit that have ever walked this earth for what he did in Flint, Michigan. Because that right there, when you start talking about the president of the United States, you have the biggest bully pulpit in the world. And this man stood on that podium, did that stunt after saying he don't do stunts. This was behind the scenes. This was said with Governor Rick Snyder back there with him. He did that thing with that water and disrespected every single person in that building. And to this day, you still have people dying from Legionnaire's disease. So Barack Obama, between that and you supposed to be claiming Chicago, I ain't never seen him out there advocating for what's going on out there in the Chicago streets. Ever.
Tell you, he was big bag Billy Ball's ass to go up in front of them black men and say, you got to vote for Kamala. What are you doing? But he still won't go talk to them gang members. He ain't say shit about you killing your own community, but vote for the white bitch. Get out of town. Y'all getting on my nerves. Listen, and also mass incarceration. He did nothing. He did nothing about all our black men going to jail. Trump came in and pardoned 1,000 motherfuckers, 1,000 black men, and then made the pardon czar a black woman who just got incarcerated for drug trafficking and got life sentence for that shit. And she found out about it. He talked to the lady. He got her out of jail. Then he gave her a position in his cabinet to get the rest of the damn black people that's been disenfranchised for the shit.
Let us not forget that they made several changes to the Civil Rights Act that was made for Black Americans to include everybody else.
Minorities.
They made it for everybody else. How dare you? How dare you?
And let me be clear, no shade to the gay community, but I feel like y'all should have fought for y'all own shit. What we went through has nothing to do with you and your struggles. We could support, but I don't agree with them utilizing something that was fought for with blood, with spit, with fire hose, dogs being sick, lives that were lost, just for people to be able to get better education, to be able to be free to go eat what they want to eat, shop what they want to shop, and live how they want to live without being disrespected because of the color of their skin. You can't change who you are on the outside. What you all do behind your bedroom door, that has nothing to do with us.
It never came in public. We lived in a society where we had gay people. Gay people have been around since the Greeks. People been gay. It's been gay. In a part of a public conversation. You got too comfortable with that shit.
It's not fair, and I don't feel like it should have been included with our shit. Y'all should have had y'all own separate legislation that you guys fought for, the same way that Hispanics should have had theirs, the same way that Asians should have had theirs, because let's be honest, you have your own caucuses.
Right.
You have your own people who are in these positions to fight for y'all. Why did you need to include your shit with ours? And all of y'all are protected more than the people the shit was for. How in the fuck did Asians get an anti-hate bill before Black Americans
have one, and they still lynching us.
Make it make sense. Just because some people was pissed off at you because of what happened with the damn COVID, y'all was so fucking scared. And I saw the video, which really pissed me off because y'all was so fucking scared that you used the same exact talking points that our ancestors used to cover your own ass. But because our Black Caucus ain't worth 2 dead flags smashed, you got away with it.
Half of the Black Caucus, Black Americans. I won't talk about that though.
And I'm not mad at the people. I'm not mad at the citizens. I can't hate the player. I could only hate the game. Y'all did what I wish we were smart enough to do. But I need y'all to understand and open y'all eyes up because we are in a war right now. It's not even physical.
Yeah, but you, sis, you just said something. You saying that it's not physical. We know that it's spiritual, but these motherfuckers ain't got no souls.
Right?
No.
They ain't got no souls.
They think just because they go to church on Sunday that they have one. Just because you probably know to read certain passages from the Bible, you think that you just exempt from you falling in line with some bullshit.
Say repeat. Because them motherfuckers ain't picked up no Bible and read. They repeat. They repeat what they've been heard all since they.
I hope certain people seeing my live today because I'm talking to your ass.
I'm just, it's like I said earlier, the disappointment that I have is unrelenting because we can do better. And the same people that talk about the system, especially in our community, they fall for the trap of the system. It literally Morpheus said it best. Neo, when you in the Matrix, any and everybody can be an agent. Any and everybody can be an agent. And these motherfuckers are walking around willfully being an agent. But in the same breath, they complain about the system. When you're following the system, it is not hard. I was about to say it's not hard. It is. For them, it's hard to think for themselves. Because the one thing I learned was you always have to ask yourself this question. Would you follow you? Everybody's not a leader. All three of us are. We're leaders, and we would follow us. These motherfuckers are broken. You have to be broken if you can't think for yourself. We talk about in any capacity, and these people have children. They have young children. Yo, a few days ago, I picked up a young chick for Uber, took her home from high school. I'm always listening to what I'm listening to in my car. This is my motherfucking car. It don't matter. This young lady asked me, so with everything going on in the world, what is it that you believe? I said, young lady, that's a very broad question. You have to be more specific. What do you mean? She said something else. I said, once again, you're being very broad. You have to be specific. She showed me how they're being taught. She could not ask a specific question. She couldn't. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with that shit and participation trophies. Yep. And the people who leading the pack, these are the people who were picked on in school. Now they got power. I'm so glad. I know y'all feel the same way. I love the fact that we watching an empire fucking fall. This shit is crumbling. And they can't take it. They throwing a temper tantrum. And I love this shit because they may not want to admit it, but we're seeing it fall and they don't like this shit.
And then you got people like this telling you to walk away from your people. You think that they're going to tell her to walk away from George Lopez? Are they going to tell them to turn their backs on Elvis for sleeping with Priscilla when she was 14? No, they're not. They don't care about their own culture because they don't have none. They so worried about your shit. You think white conservatives are disinvested in this shit? No, they don't care. They are so invested in y'all being triggered because that's the only way that they lying asses will stay in power. They are celebrating that y'all are turning y'all backs on y'all people. They celebrated the same way that they celebrated when Sam Cooke was put up as a rapist for a lying ass Asian woman. Ruined his entire legacy. They did the same thing to R. Kelly, the same thing to Bill Cosby. They doing the same thing to P. Diddy. Now they doing Chilli. They tried to do it with Usher when they said he had herpes. They tried to do it with Lil Wayne. Like they doing it to just our artists and our entertainers. And y'all are just like, fuck it, we gonna join in too. Y'all need to wake the hell up. I'm not saying that we need to stand up for these celebrities. In my opinion, I don't think that none of them needs to be a part of politics. Because you divide your fan base. Why are you even talking about politics? Who's even that invested to go and look up what somebody else donated their money to unless they're trying to start shit? I'm disappointed in this community. Probably more now than I've ever been. Because we ain't never all been together, but we was definitely better before 2020. Y'all have given up y'all families, y'all friendships for some people who wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire. They are laughing at you while replacing you and telling you your culture is nothing more than you being a fucking slave. Your ancestors were nothing but slaves.
And then get mad when Trump tried to take all that bullshit out of there and make it be about something else. They pissed off about that. Like, what side you gonna be on? What you want to be? They want to be slaves.
It's so weird.
A motherfucker the other day in the comment section, he said about them coming up with the fingerprint policy. It was two men with the same name, black guy, but it was two men with the same name, identical, and that's why they came up with fingerprint. He said, "I'm sick of this racist shit. It has nothing to do with race." And I said, y'all are so miserable when race get taken out of it. You're gonna be miserable about that because you don't got nobody to blame for your shit. You don't got nothing to blame for your whole life being a goddamn, because you can't say, well, we was slaves. I'm so sick of that. We wasn't all slaves. Do y'all know that? It makes sense.
What's even funny though, sis, is like y'all are so quick to forgive these people. Like, how could you forgive them for the shit that they done 20, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200 years ago that still affect us today? But you hate Donald Trump? He only been in office since 2017? He didn't even get a chance to even fully do his thing because COVID came in. And he still took care of you niggas.
It's the most prominent white man they could blame, honey. That's all that is.
It's so crazy, sis, because, yo, we used to love Donald Trump.
Still do. I
don't get it. I'm like,
he did so much for the black community. He didn't speak about it all. Don't act like Jennifer Hudson didn't live in the Trump Towers for years.
You saying something? I dropped off a older husband and wife yesterday at the airport. The conversation came up. He happened to be from New York. So I said, sir, I'm assuming that you're going to say Trump is racist, right? When I said what he said verbatim about birthright citizenship, his exact words were, so you just going to disregard everything he did before because he said that? I said, that's your problem right there, because I specifically asked you what president has ever said anything using his bully pulpit specifically for black people. I explained that to you, and then I started breaking some other stuff down. His wife was like, this young man is right. And I'm like, but see, this was the good thing about it. It was a conversation. It was not, I hate you, never talk to me again. That's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to converse. There is nothing wrong with having different political views because that does not dictate who you are as a fucking human being. Your character has nothing to do with how you voted. Because guess what? A lot of you motherfuckers voted for somebody who has destroyed your fucking community locally. Now what? You ain't saying shit about them? We seeing that right now where I'm from in Newark, New Jersey. Y'all, it's Democrat on Democrat in motherfucking Newark, New Jersey because of Ross Baraka's funky ass and what he's done with that motherfucking city hall, preceding Cory Booker's crooked ass. Same shit. But nobody's talking about this. Everybody want to talk about Trump, but you don't want to fix your own house. Y'all motherfuckers want to complain about Chilli and Big Boy and whoever else. Take your ass to a city council meeting. You don't even know when the meetings are. But you can, man, these people are funny. Like, this shit is sad.
Not even be political conversation right now. They need to turn the mirror on themselves and fix their home, like you said. I made a video about it. I got one more strike, so I decided not to put it up. But they need to fix themselves first. You can't do nothing until you get your own house in order.
It ain't nothing for y'all asses to use y'all little black gnarled fingers to look up and see what they've done. It's nothing.
They ain't even got to type no more. They use ChatGPT. They ain't got to type no more. The fuck?
It's nothing. It's right here. Arguments regarding the Democrat Party's negative impact on Black communities generally fall into two historical categories: post-Civil War, modern 21st century politics. You got the Jim Crow. How could you be okay with forgiving the people who created Jim Crow?
Hold up. Did y'all ever see that video with Scott Jennings going at it with the woman? And she was like, it is like Jim Crow back in the day. And Scott Jennings was like, but the Democrats created Jim Crow. I was like, oh God, I was like, gotcha, bitch.
I don't understand it.
It's a repeated, it's a repeat and repeat. It's not nothing learned. It's not an education for themselves. They heard somebody else say it. They already emotional. They looking for something to grasp onto. They go and spit that shit back out. That's it.
And that's what's so crazy is that, like, sis, these have had long generational effects. Jim Crow, disenfranchisement following the Reconstruction era, Southern Democrat. I told you, them some dangerous motherfuckers. And y'all also need to know a lot of these Southern Democrats are now Republicans. So when y'all want to talk about the whole little party switch, it was put in place so they could infiltrate the Republican Party. It was all for power. Gerrymandering, that I never even heard of the term until recently, but it sounds damn near similar to what they tried to do back then. Join another side that's easier to win on. Yeah. It's more people who are Democrats that's running. So let me go ahead and be a Republican because it'll be easy for me to get nominated and win.
Scheming and scamming since 1801.
Can't be authentic. The fact that we live in a time now where if you decide to run as an independent, it's frowned upon. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me.
Insane. Because what's even more insane, bro, is that they still don't want to accept the fact that our ancestors were freaking Republicans.
Right.
They were Republicans.
Right. They set the record for the filibuster to keep Jim Crow in place.
No, hold up. This is where the shit get real funky. I've been meaning to make this video. You will hear constant Democratic, quote unquote, leaders about what Lyndon B. Johnson did by signing that act. He signed the act. That means that bill had to go through Congress, which was the Republicans that voted for the shit, and it was the Democrats who voted against it. That's why I'm like, y'all want to, it was the Democrat, the president signed the bill. Who got the shit through? Republicans. They don't talk about that shit.
No, they don't.
Now you niggas gonna be voting Democrat for the next 100 years.
And he was right, because you niggas is. But this is what's crazy. They oppose civil rights. Damn near every legislation that was put in place for us, they opposed it. Even when it comes to the groundwork that was laid down after Abraham Lincoln, well, before he passed, Andrew Johnson, the one figure that never gets mentioned in American history, he was literally the worst president of our country. He literally undid everything that Abraham Lincoln put in position for Black Americans. Everything. He stole our inheritance. I'm not telling you this shit because I'm a Republican and this is just some shit I pulled out of my ass. This made it easier for me to leave the Democrat Party.
What they say about information, sis, where they say put it. Put it in the
Put it in the book because they know you Negroes ain't gonna read.
What's another name for the experiments? We got to start calling them other things because they not like us.
This is true. I'm gonna find out. We're gonna vote on it. We're gonna do a vote on it. But let's talk about what ushered Black people over to be Democrats. It was the New Deal because y'all thought y'all was gonna get something. Y'all thought that Roosevelt was gonna look out for y'all. So y'all left the Republican Party, and about 19% was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and support Roosevelt. Even though y'all still didn't get shit. Y'all still didn't get anything. We were still bootlegging around that time. We were running numbers around that time. The Harlem Renaissance was going on around that time. So while the rest of the country was suffering because of the Depression, Black folks was doing, they was doing all right.
And what did they do? They infiltrated that shit too.
Sure did. Created the lottery. Numbers went out the window. They stopped the whole situation when it comes to alcohol. And now we no longer have to worry about not being able to buy liquor. Everything that our people tried to create, they went ahead and federalized it.
Black Panthers get criticized, but took the every concept they had about feeding the community. Took that shit, but they demonized, but they took, was it Wick? It was Wick and something else. They took that straight from the Black Panthers. Yep. But y'all can talk shit about them.
But you know who took it? Shirley Chisholm. She took it and used it for what she was doing with the Democrat Party to help her when it came to running for president. Shirley Chisholm, who was Jamaican, by the way, who also ran for president, the first woman to run for president, and she lost. And her own party didn't even support her. Me neither. Black men, y'all wasn't fucking with Shirley. Y'all was not behind that lady when she was running for president. Shame on you. Now back to this New Deal. When I first read the New Deal, I was just like, damn, that do sound good. I would have voted. But they skipped over you again. Our families were still strong. We were still building our communities. We still had it going on. And then JFK came. That was the hope. JFK was the hope. JFK was probably the best and last solid representation of what a Democrat is when it comes to the middle class, when it comes to the hardworking people, when it comes to true inclusiveness. But he died.
He didn't die, he got killed.
Well, he got killed, murdered.
Once he talked against something, gone.
Hats.
And these people that he was talking against have ran rampant in our country, our corporations, our government, our education system, our health system, our music business,
Jail system.
Mm-hmm. Everything you can
all
think.
of that. So we turned our back on Republicans, even though they gave us everything. Everything. You could say that it wasn't Abraham Lincoln who gave a damn and he probably didn't have a heart and was like, oh, I want to free black people. It doesn't matter. He fucking did it.
Action.
He did it. So let's go ahead and go to mass incarceration. You know, since Biden was a part of that.
And the first black president. Both
Obama was too. Absolutely.
Yeah, Obama was too. And so was Billy.
No, Billy is the first black president. If you
Billy is the first. Why? Because he got some head?
No, because he played that goddamn saxophone on Arsenio Hall. They fell in love with him.
He started that 3 strikes and you out.
Also, I wasn't aware, a lot of you sneaky black women, y'all are responsible for a lot of what happened when it comes to the WIC program, when it comes to child support, locking men up who can play child support. Y'all did that.
Out of spite.
Out of spite.
Spite.
And now the same thing that you all fought for is biting our men and our people in general in the ass because those jobs are no longer available. They're taken up by illegal immigrants. They're not available anymore. So no wonder crime is running rampant in our community right now. You get crime out of chaos, out of need.
And like the need to be expanded, poverty. And what y'all have to understand is the poverty, the chaos, all of that. That's a cash cow because they can keep pumping money into the NGOs and those fake organizations and everything like that. Why would they want to fix it? It makes no sense. The money that they have in the coffers for Chicago that has been squandered for agencies and everything like that to help, that money is gone. I can remember Zuckerberg gave $100 million for, I think, education in Newark, New Jersey. Nobody knows where that money went to this day. No, that money's gone. Yep. This is what we deal with, and nobody talks about this shit.
No, they don't.
Nobody.
They don't talk about either how when it comes to reparations, y'all don't find it weird that reparations is only talked about when Republicans is in position?
Right.
The Democrats don't say shit about Republicans when they're in position to be able to push it through. Do you know why? Because their asses is the ones that stole it.
That's right. And sent it to Mogadishu for Sesame Street to be trans. Teach motherfuckers on Sesame Street how to be. Somebody need to whoop y'all ass. I just don't understand. Well, I'm just ready to fight every damn body. Y'all got me worked up on this show tonight.
I ain't never heard. That's my first time hearing a black person say Mogadishu.
Listen, I'm not here to one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not going back on no liberal about their vote. What's done is done. I don't do the TikTok battles. If that's what somebody else want to do you. I protect my energy. But y'all better wake y'all asses up
Something.
because y'all got kids out here. And it makes no sense for y'all to be this dumb at this age. While y'all online talking about Chilli, bitch, do you got a garden? Are you reading to your kids? Can your kids read?
Damn.
Can your kids read? Because last I checked, there's sixth graders who are reading at a second grade level in this bitch.
Oh, I got
And
something better for you. Detroit is at a 65% illiteracy rate for adults. The hell with the children. The adults can't read the damn books to the kids.
y'all want to sit here and praise Obama when he followed up Bush. His first line of business should have been to get rid of that No Child Left Behind bullshit, but he ran with it too.
Man,
See, this is the type of shit nobody talks about this shit enough, because what we see is when you start talking about that position, it's who they choose. And they got their script already handed to them when they get there. What they don't like, which is the reason why we see Trump persecuted, is they handed him that paper and he was like, I ain't doing all this shit. Fuck out of here. I'm not going to say he agreed to some of it. I'm not going to say that because once again, he's human. But I know for a fact he bucked the system. That's why they're mad, because he's fucking up the whole infrastructure. It's not just Democrats that get fucked over. It's the Republicans too, because they getting paid too. All of them are getting motherfucking paid. The difference is he don't care.
Let me tell you something. If you don't take nothing from what we're talking about tonight, look this man up right here. Please. Please. Because they keep him out of the way for a reason. This man is responsible for the beginning of everything coming to crash down for the indigenous, melanated Americans in this country. It started with his ass.
And you need to put Obama right next to it.
Obama, yeah, they know who Obama is, but see, Ebony, they don't know who he is. This is Andrew Johnson. He was the vice president and a Democrat. See, back in the day, Republicans and Democrats were running mates. Because at one point, we didn't have two parties. They were together. The father of the Democrats will be Andrew Jackson. We all know he was racist as fuck. He liked the little black trim enough to have some babies. He was not very fond of us.
Pretty, you showing this picture of this man and what we know happened to Abraham Lincoln, with whatever happened with Abraham Lincoln and the progress that we had, he was supposed to take Lincoln's place. Because if I'm not mistaken, you can tell me if I'm wrong, he took the place of Lincoln. I'm assuming he didn't get elected afterwards.
It's the same playbook. It's the same playbook. Same thing with JFK. It was supposed to be LBJ. The same thing when it comes to, they thought that they was going to get rid of Biden and usher in Scamala, but we stood the fuck up.
Yep.
And now they're mad because they've been able to get away with it for centuries. But they can't do it no more because now we have social media.
Wow.
Look him up. This is Andrew Johnson. He was the president right after Abraham Lincoln. Look and see what he did to our ancestors. While you're at it, look up the Devil's Punch Bowl and see what they did. The Southern Democrats did because they lost.
If you want to be mad about reparations, look up Muammar Gaddafi and why they killed him. Because he was going to bring all the money from the gold from Africa to all black people.
I'm
Obama,
not here. We don't tell y'all nothing that we don't know about, man. That ain't how we is. We try to bring context because everything is so emotional when it comes to our culture.
Right.
Everything is all about emotions. We got 5 people that's looking. They probably ain't even gonna push this shit. I don't really care because them 5 people that could possibly share it to somebody else, and then maybe next time they may see us and be like, "Oh, I remember you told me about this guy. I never heard of him." Y'all talk about the CIA. Y'all talk about Reagan. Look his ass up.
It's
Just look at it.
always the unknowns that do the most damage.
that's right.
It's always.
That's right.
It never fails. And then people wonder, and then people are so politically ignorant, they always blaming somebody else. No. It was not them. The same way people
they so weird with it, bro.
the same way people like we will talk our shit about Bush, but a lot of the shit that was going on, that was Cheney that was doing that shit.
Man,
everybody know that shit.
The same thing when it come to Reagan. I feel like it was Bush that was behind dumping the crack off in our neighborhood.
Man, of course it was.
CIA before he was president.
Yep, his
you
father.
know what the CIA into.
I truly believe that what happened when it comes to crack being dropped off in our neighborhood, I don't believe that Reagan was the main person to go to. I think it had a lot to do with Bush. Black people were doing relatively bad under Bush when he became president. We got to look at who was around these people.
Right.
The president has very minimal. They really don't have as much power as we would like for them to have. It's about your Congress. And really, the vice president got a little bit more power than you think that they do. They just be behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all still don't want to admit that Kamala ass had control over that border. She was the border czar.
I'm not gonna say what the answer is, but a lot of these people that want to talk so much about motherfucking politics don't even know who's the third in line to the presidency. We ain't gotta say it. None of us should say it.
Okay.
But they have no idea
they don't.
that if something happened to the president or the vice president, they don't even know who taking their place.
I got one better. They don't even know the 3 branches of the damn government.
Oh, no, that's easy. Yeah, I always get people
tell
that
you,
shit.
why the fuck was a general fucking testifying on Congress, and the fucking representative asked him what the 3 branches of government was? That motherfucker could not answer. He was a general. What are we doing?
Everything that we're dealing with right now is pretty much based off of shit that Democrats did. Seriously. Another man that y'all, and then we're going to end it after this. So that's Andrew Johnson. This is probably another key person that y'all might want to look up. Because, like I said, they don't talk about these people. This really going to trip y'all out. Hold on. This motherfucker, if I had the opportunity to fight somebody, it would be him. Oh, no. Hold on. Stop sharing. This time.
Woodrow motherfucking Wilson.
Yeah. You want to be mad about your taxes? Federal Reserve? Huh? He was a Democrat also. You're wondering why we have taxes at all. This guy right here.
Wait, excuse me, during that time, wasn't the country pretty much thriving off of tariffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were.
Yeah. Thought so.
Yeah. Yep. Another guy who's considered one of the worst presidents. Like, You fucked up our money. You sold our people up. Look these people up. Because if you can hate Donald Trump and he's only been in office, what, 5 years out of the time that he's been able to be in position?
And he getting blamed for everything.
He getting blamed for everything?
Right. The whole world.
The entire world is on fire because of Donald Trump. Are you serious? The
my
man who,
internet, my
the man
Wi-Fi
who
fucked up
literally
because
was
of Trump.
running shit.
My Wi-Fi is fucked up right now because of Trump.
My fingernails don't grow because of Trump.
I got a hole in my head because of Trump right now. It's his fault. It's his fault. Look these people up. This is Woodrow Wilson, Andrew Johnson. If y'all got any questions, hit up either one of us. It ain't really that hard. You can really look up ChatGPT. It's going to tell you every damn thing that these people did. All I'm saying is educate yourselves, man. Before y'all just pick up y'all phone and go on some type of tangent about politics, knowing damn well you don't do shit but just go and vote. You don't study who you're voting for. You don't look up what they've done. You don't look up their resumes. You just go vote. You don't know what they stand for. You don't know what their policy is. You don't know what their I look up families now. I need to know what your background is. Because I know, as a conservative, a lot of people who are conservatives come from liberal families. You look like you got to say something.
Nah, you said that. And for all the shit that they talk about Trump has always been about his family.
Always.
It's never been nothing but he is about his motherfucking kids and his leg, and has always been like that. Like literally made, and that's why when you said that shit, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Everybody has pretty much, I would say, from Bush and his twin daughters to Chelsea Clinton and her connection with the Church of Satanism. We see kind of what Obama's daughters, one of them just disappeared. The other one just been out here wilding.
And they don't even claim their name no more. They don't remember
The
their
one,
name no more.
the one,
You know
the
what-
one,
you
the
know what
oldest one,
You know
like
what
a
Hunter was
crackhead.
on. Trump raised some pretty good kids. They solid. They seem to be doing fairly well. They're not involved in any type of drugs, scandals. I already know Barron gonna be the shit. He's gonna be. I love Barron. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Barron gonna be something. I see it.
Barron gonna be the president.
I hope
I
so.
believe it. I believe it.
I hope so.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's not even a question.
Yeah. Barron's he's now. I like that he's now. I like that Trump has, a son who's very, he's very knowledgeable of like social media, about how to go viral. His team is up to date on like AI and pushing certain things. Like, I don't know. I wish that we didn't have such miserable fucks from the left who want to make everybody miserable with these protests, and that we could just really all live in harmony, because like we deserve it. We deserve it. I love my family. My family Democrat, but I fuck with y'all and I love them. I have friends who may still be Democrat, but y'all don't gotta hate me just because I decided to vote against children being trafficked at the border.
I've never asked anybody
G.
I've never asked anybody what their political affiliation was. I've never asked them. I just hang out with people who vibe with what I'm vibing with. I deal with people who are just as sane and calm as I am. That's it.
Yeah. What you about to say, bro?
I'm gonna say this before we get out of here. Whoever ends up seeing this video, I don't give a damn what political side of the aisle that you're on. Because you could be extreme left or you could be extreme right. I challenge all of y'all to stop the hate and focus on love, compassion, and communication. Because without that shit, we are doomed. And for all the black people out there, I don't care who you are. If you want to really shatter the motherfucking glass of this game that we playing, go register as an independent. Everybody, every single, no matter what you just register as an independent. And the challenge is in the next election, don't look at the R or the D next to their name. Go look up their policy. As Shannon said, go look up their family. Look at what they stand for. Not the clips and the bait and the clickbaits. Damn all that shit. Go look at who they are as individuals. Because if y'all want to know something, I always talk about the video that I got. Hakeem Jeffries is the biggest fraud in Congress. He was raised a Pan-Africanist. This is a fact.
Had to go funny at all.
Y'all want to sit here and Timu Obama and all that. He want to talk all slow and move his hand. I don't know who works with him or Gavin Newsom with their fucking hands. But he's a fraud. He was raised to Pan-Africanist. Period. And look at what he pushing. And look who paying his motherfucking bills. He sold his soul. Period. He's a clown.
Yeah. He is. He definitely a Pan-Africanist. They had the little kooky outfit on. And
yes.
All
With a flat
kinds of
top.
shit.
With a fucking flat top.
Yep. It's the truth.
I would encourage everybody before we have our next show, if you watch, to go take your children to the library and get a library card. Introduce them to books. If you're not going to be educated, don't leave your kids out here like that.
Facts.
And make sure you watch. Make sure you check the books they get, because we know that the library been infiltrated too.
Oh, right. Nothing before 1998.
What's up,
or
Mo?
after? Nothing after.
Yeah, man. They got witch books and shit in the library now. Look, just sit down every
Just
once in a
give all
while.
your
Watch a
kids to me.
documentary. Watch a good documentary. YouTube is a great source for some documentaries. And as I just mentioned, I just gave y'all 2 names to look up. Once you look them 2 names up, you're going to go down a rabbit hole. Because then you'll see how the black codes came to play. You'll see what happened to the Freedmen's Bank, how they tried to blame that shit on Frederick Douglass. You'll see how the suffrage movement came into play, how white women who were mad that they were unable to vote before black men created this group that black women fought so hard to be a part of. Unknowingly. Do your own due diligence and look into the people that you are standing with before you just get online and ridicule someone for their own beliefs. Chilli has her own reason on why she donated to Trump. Maybe she also was tired of hearing about children being trafficked at the border. Maybe she wasn't okay with that. Everybody has their own reason. Maybe if you sat by and you listen to why, instead of just assuming that people are racist, maybe it might open up your mind a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say. If it was up to me, we'll go back to not talking about politics.
Here. I'm with you.
Because I don't even want to hang out with nobody out here. I feel like everybody I run across in this city is probably liberal. And I don't got time to be explaining to y'all asses why I did what I did. Let's just say I don't like children getting trafficked at the border.
None of us do.
None of us do.
Nobody. That's one of the 85 on the 85% side that everybody agrees with, but then they the same people that go with the side that's pushing it, which is fucking sick.
I'm not okay with men who still have penises deciding to be a woman and going into bathrooms with our young girls. I'm not okay with that. You could be who you want to be. I have no problem with gay people, trans people at all. I love good people. But if you know you still got a penis, you should be nowhere in a woman's space. I don't give a fuck if you decided to be a woman last year. You should have got that cut off so we wouldn't think that you was a threat.
Mm.
I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with illegal immigrants running rampant in our community and not learning what it means to be American. I'm not okay with that. What
I'm
about
not.
you? You're not okay with that?
I'm not cool with that same group committing crimes and judges letting them out, while we have brothers and sisters rotting in jail for something that they didn't even do at times. But these
Fact.
people are getting off. The judges are letting them out, literally, with documented proof of what they did, criminal acts. But there's Americans that can't do the same thing. White and it don't matter. Americans can't do that shit. But if you're illegal, you can come over here and get away with fucking murder, literally.
And I think this is just so whack that immigrants who are here look at people who voted against illegal immigration as if they're racist or that they hate all immigrants, which is so far from the truth. We don't care about that. In fact, we didn't care about illegal immigration until the damn borders was left open for any and everybody to get in here. Now we got sleeper cells in this bitch. We don't know who is who. You got people up there who's been able to scam Americans for millions and billions of dollars.
Making the Nigerians look like saints.
Making the Nigerians look like saints. You don't even know who's speaking on behalf of your community anymore because there's so many people that's been able to classify as black. I'm not okay with that. If that make me a Sambo or Uncle Tom, who was a hero, by the way, another person y'all should possibly look up, then damn it, I'll be that.
Me too.
Because it's America first and nothing at all. And if you ain't no monolith on that, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. Y'all got any final words?
I'm good. We had enough words. I'm serious. I love every show, but this shit and the icing on the cake was G taking off her clothes because she was ready to fucking fight and let that shit out. My night has been made. That's
well,
it.
I had several people who actually requested to be a part of this show, but they decided not to show up. So my plans had kind of faltered.
I do want to say one thing. I know we talk like we are against, maybe sometimes it feels like you, and it's not against you. It's just against what they have tried to do to you. And we're trying to wake you up to see that. I want us all to succeed, but we have to edify each other in our own homes first. We gotta get back to what it really means to be a human being and not get caught up in the social media or the experiment of it all.
Yeah, I agree. Because we're all a part of this experiment. Some people know and some people just don't. Some people are waking up, some people don't want to. Some people are comfortable with the lie.
Cypher from the Matrix.
Like, I think that Chilli is more so frightened of the fact that she's going to be alienated. She will. Liberals, y'all have, black liberals in particular, y'all have alienated everybody who does not think like you. And that's not fair. In fact, you may honestly suffer more in the future than the ones you alienated. That's unfortunate. So y'all could Casper slide all goddamn day. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing that shit. I don't care. Casper slide my ass in the house with my MAGA hat on. I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. What's going on, Michelle? We heading out, y'all. Please look up those people I was telling y'all about and come back. Holla at us next week. We'll be here next Monday, 5 p.m. And yeah, Make sure you all like, share, comment, subscribe. See you all next time. All right.
Deuces. Love y'all.
Peace. Later.
out.
Love you.
Love y'all.